I had a question about what you were speaking about this morning.
Sure.
With deep sleep being a state of joy, because a lot of people wake up angry or agitated, or I personally go to sleep unhappy some days and happy some other days, and wake up in differing states of mind. So if you're reaching a state of deep sleep and joy, then why would you wake up without joy?
Do you think that you wake up agitated because of the sleep, or the fact that you have to wake up?
Sometimes it's because the sleep was not good.
See, there's a difference. We have to make sure we're clear about deep sleep and dream. In a dream, your mind is still functioning. That's why the universe, the dream universe, still exists. In sleep, there's no functioning of the mind. So this idea of being agitated while you're sleeping, that's not possible. If you're agitated, you're not sleeping. If you're sleeping, you're not agitated. And we wake up unhappy because we've woken up. Because we've been transported from that state of joy into whatever realm you want to call this, in whatever state of mind. But sleep is that state of joy where there is no limitations other than ignorance. This awareness that our true nature is, which we'll study more in the forthcoming days, what it's doing in sleep is illuminating the ignorance. So the difference between a realized person and a person in sleep is a realized person, their awareness is illuminating the awareness. In sleep, the awareness is illuminating ignorance. So when you wake up and if you're agitated because you've woken up, not because of the sleep. You cannot be agitated in sleep. Is that fair enough?
So why do we do not get up?
Good question. And our scriptures are so scientific. We wake up out of sleep because of everyone's aware of Pap and Punya, merit and demerits. Merits are a positive bank account. Demerits are a negative bank account. So when you sleep, what's happening is that you're experiencing some of those positive dollars. Let's just call it dollars. And then when you wake up, it's because you have your bank account's been extinguished. And now you have to get up and you have to do whatever you have to do. Exhaust your vasanas, exhaust your karmas. But literally, you're pulled out of sleep because your punya has been exhausted for that period. So you just have to do stuff. That's why you get up.
But then what's the difference between deep sleep and death? Like, why do you come back to this body? Where, in death, then you come back to a different body. But isn't that the same thing because you have your punya and the demerits as well? And you come back because your punya are exhausted from death as well.
Right, so deep sleep is just a temporary death. And death is something that's just more permanent at the physical level. At the mental level, it's the same.
Yeah.
But it's just physical death is just more permanent with death. Yeah?
Some you experience deep sleep. Is that something they have things?
Technically speaking, yes, but you shouldn't look at it that way because in a lazy person's, wow, that person's really, meritorious.
If you're a lazy person, why would you say, well, actually, experiencing more punya because you sleep a bit.
But they're exhausting more of it too, right? So the idea is to generate more. And you can only do that in the waking state. You can't do that in the dream or in the sleep state. Something that I have noticed related to that is that the person who sleeps well meditates well. Because it's the same process. To go to sleep, you need to calm yourself down. You need to slowly renounce your friends, your family, your room, and your body, your mind, your intellect, your ego. Like it's a process of renunciation until you have nothing else. Meditation is the same way. I start renouncing my outer circumstances. I start renouncing my inner circumstances till I reach that state of awareness. So if you sleep well, you can be a good meditator. If you don't sleep well, then the tendency for you to meditate well is not so much there either. That's something that I've observed. Sleeping well is very important, and if you have poor sleeping habits, it's something that needs to be worked on immediately, because we spend so much of our lives in sleep. Like I was told that you should never be cheap with your mattress or your footwear, because we spend a third of our life sleeping, and another third probably on our feet. So never be cheap with your footwear or your mattress. So cultivate those good qualities, those good habits. So you learn about spirituality and how to live in how to live in a home and stuff. Okay, next. Yes.
Well, going back to that thing, so people who like are insomniacs or they can't sleep, is that because they have not enough punya? Like, does it go that way too, or no?
See, and that's why it's a very technical subject to get into. So ignore that aspect of it. For an insomniac, I don't know the biological aspect behind it, if they have a chemical imbalance or anything like that. I'm not a medical student. But if you ignore the whole nature aspect of it, that suppose there's something wrong with their brain, then I would attribute it to that their mind is restless, and they can't sleep because they're restless. And if they were able to calm their minds down more, then they'd be able to sleep. That's purely from a nurture standpoint. But from a nature standpoint, I can't answer that question. The person who is an insomniac should practice meditating, doing japa, etc., anything to calm the mind down, breathing exercises. Because usually they tend to be stressful people, tend to be worried about X, Y, Z. And a Vedantic, a student of spirituality is not. They're the exact opposite. They're not worried, they're not stressful. So their minds are able to calm down more.